Can ChatGPT make an SVG? Technically, yes. But if you've tried it, you already know the catch. You get a wall of code, you paste it somewhere, maybe it renders, maybe it breaks, and then you're stuck debugging path data instead of making the graphic you actually wanted. Today, I'll show you a better workflow. Use the idea power of AI, but get clean, editable SVG output without fighting the code. The problem with using ChatGPT as an SVG generator is that it's a text model trying to describe geometry. It can write markup, but it doesn't give you a visual editing workflow, style controls, instant previews, export options, or consistent results across a whole set. One prompt might look decent, the next one might be a broken tangle of paths. This is SVG Genie. It's built for the exact job people are trying to force ChatGPT to do. Turn plain English into real, scalable vector graphics. You type the idea, choose a style, preview the result, and download an editable SVG. Same AI speed, but with a product designed around vector output. To be fair, ChatGPT is useful for brainstorming. It's great at naming directions, writing prompts, and helping you think through a visual concept. But a finished SVG is more than a string of angle brackets. You need clean shapes, sensible layering, predictable scaling, and a way to iterate visually. That's where a dedicated SVG generator wins. Let's make the kind of prompt people usually ask ChatGPT for. I'll type a minimalist rocket badge for a startup launch, sharp vector lines, modern SaaS style. Then I'll generate it in SVG Genie. A few seconds later, there's the result. Not a screenshot, not a PNG. A clean vector graphic with crisp edges in editable SVG structure. I can see it immediately, decide if the direction works, and generate another variation without copying code between tabs. That preview loop matters. With ChatGPT, you usually ask for code, paste it into a viewer, discover something is off, then go back and explain the problem in another message. SVG Genie collapses that loop. Prompt, preview, adjust, regenerate. You stay in the creative flow instead of becoming the rendering engine. You also get real style controls. Line art, flat color, engraving, line of cut, and circuit styles all produce a different kind of vector. So instead of begging a chatbot to keep the same visual language, you pick the style up front and let the generator stay inside that lane. And if you do want the code, you still get it. SVG Genie outputs real SVG markup that you can open, edit, recolor, or paste into your website. Developers can treat it like a production asset. Designers can open it in Figma. Makers can export it for print or cutting. It's editable code without the guessing game. This becomes even more obvious when you need more than one graphic. ChatGPT might produce one OK SVG, but a matching set of icons, badges, or illustrations is much harder. SVG Genie is built to generate visual families, so your assets look like they belong together instead of coming from random experiments. Here's the real comparison. ChatGPT gives you text that may or may not become a usable vector. Generic image tools give you pixels. SVG Genie gives you vectors first. Scalable, editable, clean enough to ship. That's the difference between asking an AI to describe a file and using a tool that actually creates the file. A smart workflow is simple. Use ChatGPT if you want help writing prompt ideas. Then bring the best prompt into SVG Genie to create the actual asset. Brainstorm with the general AI, generate with the vector AI, and download the production file. That split saves a lot of wasted time. When you're happy, export it as SVG, PNG, or PDF. Use it in React, drop it into a landing page, open it in Figma, put it on merch, or send it to a cutter. You don't have to reverse engineer a chatbot response into a usable asset. The asset is the output. SVG Genie is already being used by developers, founders, creators, and makers who need vector graphics fast. The useful part isn't just that it generates art, it's that the results are structured, editable, and easy to move into real work without a cleanup marathon. You can try it for free, with no credit card required. After that, credit packs start at $9. So instead of spending an hour coaxing ChatGPT into one half-working SVG, you can make a set of real vector assets in minutes. So yes, ChatGPT can write SVG code, but if what you really want is a clean vector graphic you can see, edit, export, and ship, use SVG Genie. Go to svggenie.com, type your idea, and turn it into an editable SVG in seconds.